At Farmers Business Network, we value our customers and understand how important your role is in the world. We also recognize you work in an industry where you face risk on a daily basis. So safety is important to you because your health is your livelihood. Agriculture, unlike other industries, means you're working alongside family, friends, and other members of your community. Injuries can be devastating in your line of work, and understanding the most serious risks helps you to prevent accidents and injuries. Here are the top 4 risks in the agriculture industry. Transportation incidents are the leading cause of death in agriculture. Equipment rollovers and being struck by moving equipment lead to the most fatalities. Some easy ways to avoid serious injury is to use farm equipment, vehicles, and ATVs with rollover protection, and to always wear your seatbelt. Distracted driving is one of the leading causes of accidents. Whenever possible, avoid cell phone use, or go hands-free. When you're focused on the task at hand, you not only reduce your chances of causing an incident, you also help avoid an incident caused by someone who isn't paying attention. The equipment you work with is a vital part of the job, but it can be equally dangerous. Getting a limb caught in equipment or between a load and a solid surface can result in life-altering injuries. Statistically, arms, hands, and fingers are the most common body parts injured on the job. It makes sense because we use them for work all the time. A good rule of thumb, no pun intended, is to never put your hands into an area you can't see. The next best way to avoid accidents involving equipment is to be aware of your surroundings and always make sure equipment is in good working order. When making equipment repairs, don't start until it's powered off and the implements are lowered. Make sure you're wearing the right personal protective equipment for the job. And finally, never underestimate proper ergonomics. They call it heavy equipment for a reason. Although strains and back pain can be less serious than a crushed hand, the debilitating pain of a back, shoulder, or knee injury can be long-lasting. When you're working with heavy or awkward objects, use good lifting techniques to prevent injury. Avoid twisting, overreaching, and lifting with your back whenever possible. The places we work have a big impact on our safety. Let's look at a few of the most significant risks. One of the most serious overall risks can come from working alone or in remote areas. After all, if something were to happen to you, how long would it take before someone noticed you were missing? What if you were unable to use your cell phone? Let someone know where you're going and your plans for the day. Keep a cell phone or other communication device with you and check in regularly throughout the day. Next, prepare for riskier tasks, like elevated work. Most fatal falls in agriculture are falls from heights. Falls don't have to be from extraordinary levels to be deadly. In fact, most ladder fatalities are the result of head injuries from falls of 10 feet or less. Use fall protection, the right ladder for the job, maintain 3 points of contact when working at heights, and lastly, avoid putting any weight on skylights. And never use your body as a test for dilapidated roofs or floors. Taking a few minutes to make sure you have the right equipment to do the job safely can save your life. Heat illnesses can be serious to minor. The problem is, they escalate so quickly that we can be caught off guard and find ourselves in more danger than expected. In fact, the number of people who die in heat-related illnesses at work every year is on the rise. Start with hydration. Remember, if you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Some of the early signs of heat illnesses are feeling hot and tired, having headaches, nausea, muscle cramps, and dizziness. If you start to experience these, act immediately. The key is prevention, and prevention is as simple as water, rest, and shade. And when the seasons change, give yourself about 7 to 14 days to adjust to a new climate. And lastly, chemicals on the farm can help make livestock and crops more resilient, but when they aren't used correctly, they can be dangerous. To keep yourself and your family safe, make sure you know the right way to store, transport, and handle these products. Read the product label and have the product safety information handy. Use the right personal protective equipment and be sure it's always available and nearby. To avoid exposure, wearing long-sleeve shirts and pants should be a minimum when transferring chemicals. And most of the time, you'll need to add chemical-safe gloves and safety glasses too. It's also important to remember that not all gloves are the same. Different gloves are designed for different tasks, so put away those leather gloves while working with chemicals and grab the chemical gloves instead. And finally, one of the most challenging risks to prepare for is one we can't see. Some products present inhalation hazards that can damage our lungs or introduce toxins to our bodies. When a label or safety data sheet tells you to wear a respirator, don't dismiss it. Work smart and protect your lungs. Make chemical safety a habit. Your body will thank you for it. Those are the top 4 causes of agriculture accidents and injuries that you need to know. Remember, a small amount of prevention can save a life, so take that extra step. In the long run, you and your family will be glad you did. Be safe out there.